What the fuck is up, party people? My name is Mystery, and welcome back to another episode of the NCL Podcast. And I am back with my beautiful co-host, James. Say hello.
Hi, everybody. I have this new idea to share with all of you.
No. Don't say it. Don't say it. Do not say it. Don't
And
say
the little
it.
man downstairs gets cold, too. Introducing you guys the dick koozie. It's a koozie for your dick. Anyways, you can introduce the other guy.
We're also joined by Jamal.
What's up, everyone? And make sure I will make sure that James will be missing all his doors after saying his stupid idea.
If you have the time, please join our class action lawsuit against James. We will have this man thrown in prison if all of us
for a limited
together.
time. If you buy the dick,
No,
koozie,
stop talking. Stop talking.
James will be dapping up Tyrone real soon in prison.
Me and Tyrone go way back, man.
Yeah, you can test your idea on him after he's done fucking you. Anyways.
Anyway, we're back. I know we didn't have a week 4, and this technically should be a week 5 pod, but we're doing a little different, you know. Weekly digest, and now NCL podcast has always kind of gone over weeks and everything. But with the transaction deadline coming up for week 6, we decided we're going to go over the transactions that have happened the last 2 weeks, and then we're going to cover every single team, and we're going to go over what changes we believe you should make. So without further ado, James, would you like to pull up the transactions for D1? And it's anything active in week 5 or week 6. I don't care what order you really go in. It doesn't really matter. So
It's bold of you making me do the reading.
I know, since typically you do it, but I know, very bold of me, bold and brash.
Well, you're a little stupid. Maybe even some might say a little retarded.
No,
anyway.
okay.
This is why we're never making money off these videos.
What are you wrong?
We don't even have monetization enabled on this channel. I got hit with a monetization strike because of the 16-second clip they provided was James ranting in like a old clip. So, fucking.
What was that about? That's actually insane. What was I ranting about?
I don't know.
You
just said some dumb shit.
Okay.
The Gyarados clip is an all-timer, man. Anyway, James, do you have any transactions for us?
Just ones we haven't gone over, right?
Yeah, week anything active week 5 and 6 we haven't talked about.
All right. Biotis did a team rehaul. I don't believe we talked about this one.
No,
right?
yeah, we talked about that. I think it was active week 4.
Unfortunately.
Okay. My bad.
Is the first one?
Is it the Harris one?
No, is it the Omar one?
Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, well, Omar dropped, finally, the Obstagoon.
Thank goodness.
Crocalor, Mudsdale, and Comfey. He picked up Togekiss, Rhyperior, Roserade, Incineroar, and Buffalant, and he put Terra on Rhyperior, Z on Roserade.
Well, I guess those were week 4. So, whatever.
I don't think we actually talked about this one though.
I don't remember. We did not talk.
This was
about
not
it,
active week 4. I think someone did this wrong. I'm pretty sure this is week 5, so I'm going to change it.
Not surprising.
Anyway, Jamal, do you want to start this one off? Do you have any strong thoughts?
Obstacle's gone. Thank fuck. Maybe the Terror could actually be used. Dundee T has been begging, praying. He's like, please, coach, pass me the rock, pass me the ball. I'm going crazy with the Terror, and Omar's just like, no, Obstacle. So thank goodness, he won't be held back. Dundee T's like, finally, I may get a taste. Unlike Mega Galley never get a taste. Holy shit, only 3 games, but nonetheless, I think the changes are interesting. It's definitely like improvements. I feel like the main benefit that Omar gets with his changes is that he gets like more versatility in the sense of how he can approach a match. Cause now it's like it doesn't feel like he gotta like solo rely on, Mr. Poe and like to save his ass, and then Melmetal to like hold it 10 toes down against like any like physical threats, with it. So I like Rhyperior for that. I think Rhyperior's like cool on this. I think Roserade got some value on this team as well. even like Isidore, I can see Isidore being a little cool as well in certain matchups, but yeah, I think the biggest benefit is that he gets some like more versatility in how he can approach a game. You know, he kinda exploitable by like a strong special attacker. He's kinda getting cooked by some like listen, we need a strong special like in that Ursula the Blood Moon, you know, it may cook a little bit, just a little, but
Right.
yeah. Overall, you know, solid changes, you know.
He's got the Gen 4 squad running up here. We got Gallade,
Oh,
Togekiss, Rhyperior, Roserade. Got all the guys. Yeah, I mean, look, like Jamal said, he was begging for the ball. Thunderous has never. He's like, please God, let me just shoot one time. I gotta get a rhythm going here. But you know, Oches, Omar as a coach, you know, he's putting his son in the game, and you know, he's telling him, shoot the ball at will, buddy. It was all you. And unfortunately, he could not do it. So I'm glad he's off.
Yeah,
the
Bronny
team.
James had to go.
Right. Bronny James, the obstagoon. I like it more than what he had. I mean, the options on the board are very limited, so it's definitely I don't want to like criticize too much. But overall, I think like his top four is still so strong that like really it's just about finding good role players, and I think he has the pieces at least to be like a play-in team. So we'll see.
Yeah.
James, do you have any thoughts? Otherwise, you can lead off the next one.
I'm good. Dropping, it was Mystery. Dropped Dunsparce for Pilliswine and moved Terra from Buzzwole to Iron Crown.
Damn. The Stutter Sparse is gone. Feels bad.
Unfortunate, because he put in so much work last week. It was a very gritty -1 from the Dunsparce. He did put in the finest, so don't let the stats deceive you. The thought process behind this, Buzzwole basically never was going to Terra, even in a matchup where Roaring Moon was there. I didn't Terra him. I know that Zarude's super greedy. I'm fully aware, but I just felt like if there's ever going to be a time where Iron Crown is useful, I just want to have the option. You know, I want the option to be available to me. I'm also considering maybe, because I still have this week to make transactions, possibly moving Z from Nihilego to Iron Crown to open up points and just like do something with that. But I haven't really fully decided yet, so nothing's set in stone at the moment. But I just want to know. I mean, obviously it's a minor transaction, but James, do you prefer this, or do you think I should have stuck with the old team?
I personally enjoy this more. I guess you lose a little bit of the depth with the Dunsparce, but I feel like your team is very like top heavy as is, and the thing came to one game and it was the last game. I feel like you kind of just brought it to bring it, but I think the Iron Crown versatility helps a ton and allows it to really take advantage of terrain. Like I said, I know Zarude is Terra greedy, but I like this genuinely a lot more, and I think it gives you a little bit more defensive versatility as well. I like it just in general.
We can't talk today. It's okay. And Jamal, unless you have any other thoughts, we can move on.
I mean, you know, I think the changes made. It's not even like top heavy. It's just more like, you know, top 8 became more consistent. You know, I think that's fine though. We got worried. And plus, it's like, I think there's been games where I feel like Zarude could have been regular and Iron Crown with Terra could have like won the game. So it's like,
right.
I think it'll work out fine.
Like last season when I had Wellspring, like there was obviously that was the main Terra, but then there was times when I had Z Shocks and I was like, man, I really wish this was Terra because I think Wellspring could still do his job without being the captain this week. So I kind of got to the same point with this team where I'm like, I just want to have the option of Crown, and I might switch it to Z. I'm still considering it. I haven't made any. You know, I just wanted to at least put something in for now.
I was gonna say, even if you left it how it is, I think it'll be fine. Because again, I think Zarude can still be a player. You know, I think being a dark type is still nice as like a base type in. We're gonna ignore that grass type, but it's okay. If we gotta have a mod times week to U-turn in exchange for Terra Steel Tachyon Cutter to just kill everything, I'll take that.
Right.
You know?
Plus, we got Pilliswine back. The return. He needs a taste.
I unironically don't want to fight this mod. I fucking hate 5 power slide. Fucking
My
fat
God.
ass bitch.
My God. No one takes his Ardex flare bullets like this guy. Anyway.
Bro, you can literally water your seed from Greninja. I'm sick.
James, do we have any other moves?
Yeah, we have the Goat Hunter.
Oh, yes.
Alpha's team, who unfortunately dropped. Hunter dropped Blacephalon Raikou, Slowbro, Galar, Milotic, Glacier, or Manaphy, Arcanine, Hisui, Jolteon, Z Crystal Marini, and Komala.
No,
Is that
no. It was Z Crystal. I think the Z
Jolteon?
Crystal. Yeah, he was originally putting on Jolteon, then he
H.
moved as a Superior.
Okay. And then, he moved the Z Crystal to Serp.
Jamal, how about you leave this one off?
Oh my goodness, this team actually got some threats. Let's start off there. Listen, as much as I'm sad that Alpha is gone, that team was looking boo boo. So, so shout out to Hunter for actually, getting some threats. Now people have to worry about, Mr. Hisui and Arcanine, even if it tears the game or doesn't tear it, you gotta fear the Choice Bandit, the Choice Scarf Head Smashers. So finally, there's a mod we gotta put some respect on. And then another mod we gotta put respect on, the Terra Manaphy. Now see, I think even though Manaphy's, like with Terra's not like the immediate threat as like some other mods, I think it actually fits this team because now there's a mod on this team that can really benefit off of what like things such as Garchomp can do, such as Enamorus can do, such as the Necrozma.
Scizor
So
bringing in fire types, you turning on them, and Manaphy comes in. Like what's
exactly. So now it's like, Manaphy's finally like, don't worry guys, I'll capitalize on what y'all doing in the game. So I think it's a good fit here. So good shit to that. Speed still looking, speed looking decent still. And yeah, and funnily enough, even though the cross lost to Terror, I actually think that's not a bad thing because I think now this takes pressure off the Crossbow from having to like always like perform as like a win con, because now it's like
Right.
now it could just be like an early to mid game breaker for things like Manaphy. So overall, I think definitely improvement.
I think he built this team. He sent me everything, but he had Z and Jolteon originally. I was like, maybe switch that to Syrup if you want. To me, it didn't really matter. Didn't really care. But just because I'm like Jolteon isn't, I don't know. I feel like Syrup probably will end up coming to more games than Jolteon, but who knows? It's kind of like, I just think he built around Manaphy really well. Like, I think a lot of these mons, like you said, like function for each other. Like, I think the problem with Alpha's team before is it looked like such an old team that, like, at the same time didn't have, like, a ton of synergy, whereas, like, this team feels much more fresh and, like, I think they just do roles for each other much better. I think the hazard setting's better with Arcanine being here. I think the removal's still kind of a little shaky, but like it should be okay.
It's shaky, but now it doesn't feel as bad for Sizz after a defog, because at least he's running defog for Arcanine and not defog for Blacephalon. Like,
Right. Yeah. So I love how this team like flows together. And he's got the 2 hidden power demons, Jolteon and Serp. We're so back.
If anything, I think the biggest flaw is that the only remover is defog, because I think this team really likes spikes being up.
I can agree. Yeah. But we'll see. I think
just
Terramanic
don't
is a really
defog,
good mod,
easy.
so we will see. James, do you have any
Speaking
thoughts
my
on the goat?
language. No, speaking my language. Don't fucking run defog. Make them bitches defog for you. Fuck that shit. Nah, Jamal kind of stole my thunder. I was going to talk about Necrozma on this team. I actually really like it without Terra. Jamal said everything that I had just wanted to say, so now I look stupid and dumb and shit. But I think it now like forms a pivotal role of like being a defensive option even without Terra. It can set rocks, it can spread T-Wave, and it feels much better doing that on this team because before it felt like it really needed to be the win con pretty much every single week. So ton of pressure lifted off. has defensive utility now, which also takes off pressure of Garchomp Mega Sizz offensively, and I think it flows really well. Yeah, I really like Terra Manaphy, and I'm interested to see how Hunter uses it, and I think Enamorus can be a really good breaker for this team now as well, and doesn't feel forced. So, yeah, I like the team overall. I think there are certain weaknesses to it. If Hunter doesn't get off to a decently fast start, it can be a little bit annoying just because his defense is he has Chomp and Mega Sizz, which isn't amazing now, but I think
it's definitely not. This isn't
I was gonna say the defense is flawed, though. I think a benefit too of Enamorus with this new team is that Healing Wish looks mad good for it. Yeah. Like imagine Healing Wish the crossman end game or Manaphy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Manaphy take hearts and gets goes kind of 2 for 1 almost, and then you bring Manaphy back in to clean up the game. Oh my fucking god.
Makes total sense for Manaphy.
So Healing Wish has more value now.
Completely agree. Yeah. So I like it. I was really shocked when Hunter, the first thing he sent me was this, basically, like I said, he had Xia and Jolteon, but he sent me this exact team, and I was like, I mean, look, I don't love Komala. He sucks dick, but...
I was trying to know him, bro.
But the rest of them, I was like, okay, you know what? I kind of fuck with this. And he was like, I want suggestions. I'm like, other than Serpy, maybe the Z Captain, I'm like, I don't really have anything. I like the squad, so... he's used Necrozma well in the past when he won a title with it, so... I'm not too concerned about that. It'll just come down to how well.
Beam 90% of the time.
Yeah, it was defensive or Meteor Beam. But still, overall, I still think he used it well. And then I just think this team's going to come down to how well he uses Manaphy and Enamorus. I think if those two are strong players for the team, this is he's got a shot to turn this around. So we'll see. His closing schedule is pretty brutal. Not going to lie. He really needs to win the Glimpse and Arc games. They'll probably lose to Kyle. And then Tristan Me times is some toss-up games. He could win or lose any of those. So, I don't know. 4 and 5, maybe he sneaks into a play-in spot. Who knows? We'll see.
All right. And then finally, we have the Canadian duo.
We can't know that.
Volcarona and Delmite.
We're not close to them like that. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Picking up Lycanroc, Dusk, and Tangrowth. Moves Z Captain from Bellybolt to Lycanroc, and Terra from Munchlax to Abra.
First of all, Abra getting a taste. Let's go. Best part about this transaction. But I don't know. It's not a significant move. I mean, I guess your grass gets better, quote unquote, from Delmise to Tangrowth. I'm not sure by how much in the big 2025. And then Volcarona Lycanroc. I don't know. I kind of don't know if this team loves Lycanroc. He has two pretty. He has I don't know. Lando and Lycanroc are kind of breaking similar-ish things. Obviously, flying being the one that isn't. And I think maybe that's the idea. Was he wanted to break flying a little bit better because his electric was Bellybolt. So. I don't know. James, do you have any main thoughts on the team? I'm not really sure. It's probably a little better, but I'm not super high on it.
I don't know. And I'm not trying to be... It just doesn't really move the needle for me. I think it's just kind of whatever. Volcarona wasn't really working out, so I guess you try something new. Feels like you probably could have gotten something a little different. I feel like Blacephalon got dropped, and that would have been really cool. But... if Lycanroc is here, then I think that can work, I guess. Tangrowth feels extremely unnecessary, but do what you want.
They were just like, we got to add another regen on with Pex. How can we slow down our offense? Oh, we know. Let's add another one. So, Jamal, your best friends, what do you think?
I mean, it's I see the dog. I always respect the dog, Lycanroc does, because... fuck that man. But like you're saying, outside of I guess pressure flies, I don't see what Big Bro's supposed to do here. I feel like even if Volcarona wasn't doing much, I feel like it may have more potential, or at least I would have looked for in that direction of like some special attacker or at least like something with pivot. I don't know, cause I don't know. Like Rock just feels kind of like weird.
Right, the
here.
pivoters on this team are like Lando Hydreigon, and then it's Belly Bolt, and technically Abra. So
That's what I'm saying. Plus, you have a little anti-synergy with Lele and Lycanroc, so I'm not really fucking with that. It's like, I don't know. I feel like this team still has the same weaknesses, and like you said, there's slight improvement. There's improvements by technicality, but it's not anything like significant. I feel like the team still has the same weaknesses. I still feel like, you know what to prep for, and it's like if you're also the thing too is with Lycanroc, it's like even if Volcarona wasn't the best, at least it's like Volcarona made you have to prep in a different way. Now with Lycanroc, it's like if I'm prepping for Samacento already, I'll be prepping for Lycanroc as well. So
right, that's what I was saying. Was it felt like these mons are like I remember. Does anyone even remember the Taylor team where he had it was Lycanroc and Mega Chomp? Does anyone remember that? Like it was like to begin a season. It was the triple starter team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he had that, and it felt, I was like, dude, this feels like they're breaking, like, kind of for each other, and, like, his argument was like, no, like, Garchomp is, like, for steals, and Lycanroc pressures the flyings for Garchomp, like, they work together, and then he built 1 week, and he was like, no, you're completely right, like, what game, like, unless they have a weakness to, like, the same shit, there's no reason to bring both of them, like, it just, I don't know. I hate it. I hate doing this transaction too the week before the deadline because now they're not going to change this. I would find it very hard to believe they will change this, and you're going to be stuck with it. And I just don't think like you're already doing this stupid double steal shit. Now you're like doing the Lycanroc, like Lando Zama impersonation. I just don't like it. And like you said, the anti synergy with terrain, not the biggest deal in the world, but it is something. Like
they got the real life fucking wolf pack going on here. I didn't even realize that.
True.
All the dogs.
I'm with my dogs and they bark a lot. Like, I don't know. I just don't. It seems like this is like Zai's strategy now is just like double up on things and like kind of almost matchup fish where like you have double steal, you have double like physical breakers that do similar things. Like basically the idea being like you can deal with one but you can't deal with both. And I guess it's not the worst idea ever, but it's like if you're trying to build the most cohesive team possible, I just don't think it's great. So
I mean, it's not, but then it is when they have the same weaknesses. That's what I'm saying. Like,
right,
like both Sama and Lycanroc and Tinkerton get fucked up by a ground type, and it's like you fight like one really good special attacker. This team get fried. Like,
yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's just not
like listen,
not
they
amazing.
fight Tristan next. Like, I'm just saying, like, hey, Greninja, he's smiling right now.
Greninja and Diancie should be putting up numbers. Although he hates that Diancie, that fucker every week. Should be putting up more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not the worst transaction ever, but like I think it's pretty low ceiling if I'm honest.
Yeah. It just, like I said, it's a improvement by technicality.
Right. So, without further ado, James, you said that's the last one, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's do this shit. So we're gonna just kind of work our way by name, and we're gonna start with Ark. So he already made one transaction. Just for anyone listening to the pod, real quick. This section is going to be less edited. It's going to be us like kind of spitballing ideas and everything. So if you are not a fan of like just free flowing conversation, then this is probably not the part of the pod for you. So just a heads up. We are just going to be team building here, basically. So,
but if y'all some real fans, you stick tuned.
Exactly.
Stay tuned.
So, what do we think? He already dropped the Mew and the T-Tar version of this team. I'm not really sure what. I mean, I think Overquill needs to go. His ass sucks.
Sure. With how he been treating Sarah, I need him going. I need Sarah.
Do you think maybe he takes the Terra off of Zera at this point?
With how he's been using it, yeah. I think, like, listen, Terra Sarah is good, and it should have a lot more wins. This feels like the Iron Crown this season, where it's underperforming like shit. However, I'm like, in this case, maybe, just maybe, if he like took points off, maybe he can improve like the balance pieces. Cause I think that's the biggest thing with Arc, where it's like, I feel like if bro's not playing like some super balanced team or super broken team, he's gonna struggle. So maybe you take the Terror off Sarah Aura, and in exchange you like upgrade like Shaman, or that Shaman slot or Overclose squad, or the defensive pieces of the team. Cause the offense is good.
His offense is great. He should be winning games alone on that, but it doesn't seem to matter. He just lets Garchomp die every
It's
game.
not enough.
It's you're damn right, Kendrick. It's not enough. I don't know. Like, this Blastoise should just hold a choice band every week, because all he does is take a hit and flip turn out. Like, he doesn't do anything else. So
That's what I'm saying, bro.
what would you guys feel about like Terra Keldeo instead of Terrazera?
I think that could be a start, because then it's like, at least you still have that like super strong piece that doesn't need to rely on Terra to pair with an Emrys team, while also saving points.
Right. So here, let's see, where is Arc? He's down here. So if we take Terra off of Zera, and we go Keldeo with Terra. Doc is loading real slow today. Okay, that's actually the same amount of points. So he could just dead ass change that and roll.
It's the same thing.
Overquill, you need to go. Titanal, we can find someone cheaper. Shaman, get the fuck off this team. Ugly ass.
Damn.
He's got 19 for 3, and he could have 20 for 3 if he wants to drop Flareon. How many? He has enough transaction slots, right? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4.
He has
5.
5 assists.
Okay, 5. Plus a captain change, so he's got 4. So that's fine. Yeah, he can drop the bottom 4 and basically do whatever he wants. James, you got any suggestions?
Nah, it's kind of the same thing. You're in a really unfortunate position with where you are. I'm not saying, like, obviously you can change things around, but you're gonna have to start winning some way. So do what you want to do. Might be the pack it up and start having fun season.
Come on, man. There's still time.
Nah, he not wrong. He not. Yo, Crobat?
True.
Hero
Cerulean is still
Crobat?
out there. Damn.
Nah, Crobat not making it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Even Buccalo is gone? Damn.
that's what I'm saying, dude. The board is picked so clean. It's insane.
Bro, who
I don't
picks Buccalo? Like,
I think it was Bionis. I think he got him.
alright. Yo, maybe.
Honestly, I think it's.
Oh, hold on. Yo, maybe Arc low key. Like, this is gonna be crazy. Maybe Garchomp takes a hike, get T-Tar, and then we start cooking.
Well, unfortunately, he cannot have T-Tar. Oh, you're saying Mega T-Tar?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what
shit. Hold on. Okay.
Swamp the Sand Megas. Cause surely, if Garchomp's only gonna be able to throw off one attack, at least T-Tar's gonna throw off one strong attack.
I can fuck with that.
But now we gotta find him a ground type that doesn't suck. Major fat
Hold
penis.
up. I saw one. Nido King, I choose you.
I don't
Is this
know.
thing on?
Is this thing on? Yikes.
I don't know what ground. You got to get fucking what still. I don't know. Actually, he's not out there yet. Fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is the mud still gone?
I think
wait.
Omar's still.
No.
Or did-
I think Omar dropped it.
Is he gone or is he here?
Because he's Rhyperior.
True. Oh yeah,
he
but
dropped it.
still,
Yeah.
there's a fresh new home for you.
Okay. Hold on. This could be something. So we go Mudsdale. We're not gonna do this for everybody, but this is my guy Arc. We gotta help him. We must. Okay.
He gotta help himself. To be honest, that's the.
Is there a poison that doesn't suck like fat penis at all?
Unfortunately, it's part flying. So.
Dragalge, my goat.
Who? Oh, Dragalge?
Hold up. You got rid of the
Oh no,
dragon.
that's T-Spikes? That's Flip Turn?
Hold on. My goat. Bring him home.
That's a play rough bond?
True. Bulu crying in his sleep. Yeah, so I don't know. Something like this could be really fun. Because I think like Terra Keldeo could be more your speed. I still think Zera, like, ironically, this is like the first mon that I knew Arc to use well. Like in other leagues, he's always used Zera well. It's just for some reason Terra Zera has not clicked for him at all. So maybe go back to what you've done
Because
well.
there's too many options, yeah.
Right. And just focus on Keldeo and Enamorous just doing a bunch of damage, and the rest of them just get role players. So, yeah. Nothing too crazy on that. We got Bionis. I think we could probably skip over him. He just made a major transaction.
And he only has 30 left. There's no saving this team.
Right.
I'll be honest.
With three there's nothing we can do. I mean, honestly, if you held a gun to my head, what should he do? Fucking, I don't know.
It's like
Swallow.
Bro, I don't like.
Drop one of the steals. Drop fucking probably Rotom and.
It's like Fessidipity there.
What tier is that in? 9?
9 or 8?
Fez.
No, it's
Fez. It is available.
I'm like, maybe you get that over Sylvia Aloy Mug so you have another pivot mod to support the Charizard X and Valiant.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all.
And then you figure out a dark type and, you know.
Yeah, Muck, Sylveon, and one of the steals for Fez and figure it out in a dark type. Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
That's the best I can think, bro.
Wouldn't it be funny if he picked up T-Tar, him and Arc basically traded T-Tar for Mega T-Tar?
I would laugh.
It'd be great.
He'd be like, I don't really like Mega T-Tar, but regular T-Tar, he cooking. I would be.
James,
I mean, crash show.
Glimpse has a bunch of your guys and a bunch of your championship guys, Grimmsnarl and Spec and all of them. So, do you have any? And Kangaskhan, real. And Emolga, this is your team. Do you have any thoughts for him?
The team. I think he's doing all right with it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could swap some Terra options around or some shit because you only have Moltres, which I think works fine on this since you have Mega Lottie. But I don't know. I'll let you guys take it. I don't really care.
I mean, I think the biggest issue with Glimpse's team, like, at this moment, is that his, like, Dragon answers are, like, very poor.
Yeah, your skills, treads, and your
literally your two. I was gonna say the two bars that like died early are the Dragon answers.
So yeah, maybe there's someone we can get that can kind of help with that. Who's his
say
Mega? Megalati, never mind.
Like maybe you
There's
get
no fucking grounds, dude. Because I would say Trez doesn't really need to be here, but I don't know who the fuck you replace it with.
He must be here. There is no other grounds.
like maybe you get Bronzong somehow.
Triple steal.
Nah, I didn't say all that. But I don't know, just something that's like the biggest thing that stands out. Also, I don't think he's like capitalized on like any of his captains.
Only has one, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. His C user is Grimmsnarl, which again is useless. And then the Terra's Moltres, which Moltres ain't bad, but like as the only Terra user, he not that good.
Right.
I get why this team is expensive, but it doesn't feel like it should be as expensive as it is. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like, his top 7, 8 don't feel like they should be as expensive to have Girder, Kang, Drapion, and Mulga.
Also, there's no way he can't afford another Terra captain. There's no way that none of these guys are 0 points.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
like,
Mulga is.
Emolga, Drapion is definitely 0. There's no way we put him as an extra point. Where's ugly ass?
Not ugly,
Yeah,
man.
he is 3.
I say Drapion may do something with that.
Girder
Spoiler,
is 4. Yeah, like all these guys are their fucking price. So fucking you have a free Terror Captain you can just add right now for free.
Maybe you get rid of one of the like top guys and you like put more depth in this team.
Which one do you
Maybe.
get rid of though?
I was gonna say, that's the real question.
That's rough.
I feel would it low-key be
Low-key,
Latios?
I was gonna say that. I genuinely think you could scrap Lottie and then get.
I mean, he could even change it
That
to
feels
make a
famous.
Latias if he wanted just to save a few points, because I believe that's out there right now.
Maybe even
I
like
wouldn't
a
even
few.
hate that.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe the few points is all you need. Like what? What's the difference? 2?
It's 2 points.
Okay, hold on. You add 2, like
Yeah,
Can,
here,
like-
if we go draft teams, we go, where is Glimpsy Boy? Here he
oh
is.
he's next arc to the left. Yeah. So like, what? Latias, you gain 2 points. Maybe.
I mean, you
What,
could get a
in-
6-player over Girder, although he put in some work.
True. Maybe.
It's tough.
Get
I
rid of-
mean, how many points does Iron Treads with Terra? These 2. I mean, I would honestly prefer that.
This not even like terrible. Like it's not like the biggest improvement, but this makes it feel like at least this kind of makes the team feel more.
I also like
Offensive.
Megalodias with screens a little bit better as well. Feels like it
That
takes advantage of
too.
it.
Like I
Yeah.
think Latias supported. Like I think Latias, like at least one of his top pieces being a support mod feels a lot better because
I
now it's
agree.
like Latias is supported Palafin, Spectre, Cartana, whereas it's more like Grimstyle supported Palafin, Latios, Spectre, Cartana. Like you see what I'm saying? Like
No, I
that
agree.
sounds
I actually don't hate this now that the more I look
Hey.
at it because like this allows Treads to have a tiny bit more longevity, and then on top of that, Lottie is more swappable and like from things that you're swapping
But
Paladin
even
out of.
outside of, actually not even with outside of like longevity, Trends can now play to like a more offensive pace of the team or offensive version of the team. Because imagine he just goes like lead, tear ground Trends, gets a huge earthquake off, then it's like, weakest things for Lottie, Palafin. Hold on. This low key kind of go hard.
Right.
Yeah, and that's something real simple that I think he can do, which doesn't change a whole
And
lot.
that's-
And then I know I was kind of saying it before, but I love the fact that Latias is definitely more of a swappable answer to get Palafin activated. So you can also do that. You
can
lose a
definitely
pivot,
make it.
but I don't think it's.
You
the
can
end of the world.
no, you get baton. Latias gets baton pass at least.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, you can do that.
you just get you just gotta play a little
I think
smarter.
this team
with
has
the
pretty good
pivot.
pivoting anyway. Like it's definitely got got guys that can do
with
it.
Motridge, Treads, like
Palafin.
Palafin.
Palafin, Glimpse,
Grimstyle.
Grimstyle even.
Right. So I think this team can totally do some pivoting, and it's a minor change, but like you kind of made your bet. You have to lie in it a little bit here. Like you have such just high octane offense. Like just there's not really much you can do to change at this point. Like this has to just be your identity. So
I want to see more SD.
Yeah, you need that to make.
I
Go
think
ahead.
gameplay is. Sorry, I wasn't trying to. I think gameplay is a big thing too. Like I want to see screens being used a little bit more. Cartana being maybe
Right.
forced to reckon with SD and shit like that.
or
Letting
defensive.
Palafin- Anyways,
Hell, or
Right.
even I think you flip that around. Make like the Cartana bandit and make Palafin slap an AV on the Harris Classic. Like I didn't see Palafin being. I better see Palafin switching into like these fucking dragon types. That's what I need to see.
I just think it's still nuts. This is like the least like offensive Glimpse team I've seen in a long time.
True.
And it didn't feel that way when I first started. Now it's like it's kind of grown on me a little bit, where I'm just like, huh, like there's just a good amount of like good guys here. So, yeah, I said, I would prefer
Also,
this.
can we stop
slightly.
the fucking Z to like Drapion or some shit?
Fuck
I don't
no,
know, like,
fuck no, fuck no.
the fuck is
Do
Do
Grimstyle
not,
doing
no.
with it?
I'd rather
Bitch
see
is never
fucking.
fucking holding it.
I'd rather see Girder with that bitch. than Drapion.
Z toxic space.
Are we here? Harris. So he just made a transaction recently.
His
he's
transactions
out.
are done.
He's out. Yep,
Yeah, so
good
we can
call.
skip.
Hunter just put his in, so we're fine. I mean, I guess
Oh
we
yeah, it's to
can
me.
say, is there anything you guys think, just real
I
quick?
Kamala
just want
bitch
to
ass
see
out
a.
here.
If there was a better dark than Mandibas, I'd say that, but I don't think he's
No,
gonna
the
sign anything.
the
So
biggest one is if he could get a spinner. If we could get a spin on this team, we're good.
Right.
Starmie, it's your time.
No,
No.
not him.
Oh,
not
hell.
him. Not till the Mega comes out.
Say,
And next up, we got Jamal.
yes.
So, Jamal, are you interested in making any transactions, or do you feel like you're going to probably just stand pat?
I mean, I'm like flirting with the idea as always, but you know how I am. I'm like the guy. I'm like at the team I draft, the team I stick with most times. But obviously, let's get it. Let's get the what's it called? The elephant out of the room. My ground type is on Harris Timon. So that's like an immediate improvement I've always been thinking of, and I'm like, it's just a matter of figuring out how to improve it. And I'm like, the main ideas I've like thought of is like maybe there's a version of the team where I drop Mega Venusaur for a different Mega and then see what I can cook from there. Cause I'm like, I don't know. It's like, the top. It's like it's hard to find replacements for the guys I have. I'm kind of in that Glyph scenario, but it's like, where I feel like I have to make drastic changes to where it's like, so that's why I'm like, I think Venusaur is probably out of like the current, like my like top tier mods, like point wise, I think it's the most replaceable to like improve the team. But yeah, that's so it's like I'm iffy right now. It's like I'll probably stick with the team, but it's like if I find something I mess with, I'm not against changing things up.
Okay. As long as
I think a
Squawk
big
2
thing
stays on the
too.
team, that's all I care about. Go
Squawk
ahead, James.
2. I think the biggest thing that goes in Jamal's favor is that I think there's a ton of points to work with. Like, I think if he finds a niche that he does like, I think there's plenty of movable pieces.
Right.
Like, you have Terra Snorlax that can get downgraded. You have shit like Registeel that can get swapped out with another Steel. Like, you have pivots and options. Like, if Thundurus like, even if you needed, like, a top guy like Venu or Thundy, if they ended up getting swapped out to upgrade something else, I could see that happening. I like the team the way it is now. I mean, he's been on a 4-game win streak, so if it ain't broke, But if he does find something, I think he has a shitload of points to work with.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And again, I'm like, even though this is not even though there's not competitive reason, it's like, this is supposed to be like my quote unquote fun season, so it's like, that's another reason why I may just stick with it, because I'm like, obviously, I'm not gonna let anyone have a free win against me, but it's like, I'm fine if the team's not the most optimal.
Right. Yeah, honestly, it would just be getting Runerigus out and getting a different ground, and maybe it has to be Snorlax or Venusaur that you sacrifice, but I couldn't imagine anyone from the top 5 honestly going, so maybe Thundurus, and that's
what I'm saying. He's like, the only other one. Like, I'm like, but that's if I find a really good like change. You feel me?
I just don't.
That's like
I don't think
that makes me feel like a. Yeah, that just makes me feel like you find a ground that you like trade for or something. I don't know.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you go double dragon like Nick did before he dropped. Steal Ark's Mega Garchomp and tell Venusaur and Thundurus to take a hike. It's time.
Shit, I wouldn't even mind that. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, come on, bury a dragon type anyway.
he and everything type. And we got James up next. My goat. So this is actually one I think we can talk about, because I know, James, you were interested in making some moves before, so you kind of have the inside track to work with me and Jamal right now. So how do you feel about the squad?
I mean, I've been liking it a lot. I've been up and down with life stuff, and this is going to sound super lame, but I feel like I still haven't gotten like a full grip on the team just because of like everything that's been happening with me IRL. So it's like I'm still feeling it out. But I really like the pieces. I think my biggest thing is the Ogerpon. This is going to sound so, like, and I'm ready for you guys to flame me. I genuinely been bringing Bulu more. And I feel like the jobs that I want Bulu to do, he's funnily enough doing it. Like, I think this team is doing well for Bulu in general. And I feel
I'm not flaming you at all. I love Bulu.
See, James, as the one that always shits on Lulu, I actually think you're completely right. But the main reason is because I feel like you don't really need the rock coverage that Cornerstone's covering because of like just how the team's built. It's like what? Like let's take a moment. What do you need Ivy Cudgel, like the Rock Ivy Cudgel for? Like
I
you
don't really need it yet.
You don't really
I
struggle
don't-
against flying types.
Really,
Like, they're annoying.
Tusk would be the
It's-
guy, I guess. Like if you're gonna be like who's Ogrepon breaking for, it's probably Tusk. But
The thing
What's
is,
more like I
Tusk,
just want to know what
felt
the
like-
Rock coverage. Like it's mainly flying types to help out Tusk, but it's like even Tusk can get by them,
So
and
that
it's
was
like
what I was gonna get into.
You know,
With
you
the flying
got-
type in general. I was thinking about dropping Ogrepon and upgrading Kilowattrel.
Whoa.
So originally the
Okay.
plan
go
was,
ahead.
and I don't know if I'm gonna go with this, but a couple thoughts I was rolling around was Terra Raikou.
he's coming back.
As, as a secondary option, which gives me some speed that I really like. That speed tier, keeping it around there, and then allowing me to still punish flying types and giving me like a pretty decent second Terra option after Pecharunt.
Plus, you could put the Z on Bulu. We're so back.
Yeah, I was gonna move the Z2 Boo, but I definitely have points. I don't know. I haven't looked at it like completely.
Right.
Like this was something that I kind of looked at, and I still have 10 points. I have a ton of points. Like kind of like Jamal, I finally enough feel like I have more points to work with because I feel like I can move around so many pieces. Pretty much everything after Pecharunt, other than Zard, there is pretty movable. I just think there's a lot of cool options that I could go with, but Raikou felt kind of cool, just because like this team really felt like it wanted an electric type. It's another special breaker, which I was talking to Mystery about. I felt like I really wanted another one to pair with Zard.
Right.
So that's kind of why I liked Raikou, which gives me setup options, very just strong in general. Has it hidden power, give it Terra to hit stuff I want to.
I admit that, like, you get fucking weather, like, I think gets
Weather
all of its
Ball with
goodies on this team with weather ball and like,
Yeah, hidden
I think
power,
you can-
like
Does
everything.
it get turret pose?
I don't think so. I don't believe so. I can't check at the moment, but
Yeah, 'cause-
to me, you have so many like guys that'd be like cool if they were the Terra captain, like Jirachi and Samurott. I would be like, okay, like I wouldn't be upset if you decided to go with them, because like
Right.
Rachi, I know he gets a lot of hate in the community for being a Terra captain. I don't agree really. I think he's kind of cool.
He doesn't get
They
traded.
get do something. Okay.
Yeah, I think it opens up some setup options for him. It makes him a little stronger because I've always thought Jirachi's a little weak. And because like you
I
could
think it
even
helps
just
with
go-
calm mindsets.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like all the setup stuff that he can do, Calm Mind or Cosmic Power, like all that shit, I think gets enabled a little bit more. And if you want to be funny, you just go banded Terra Steel Ironhead one week, and you're just fucking annihilating shit over and over again.
Right.
I like him. I think he's an okay Terra captain. So if you decided not to go the Raikou way, like if you wanted to keep the team similar to as what it is right now,
That's what I'm saying.
I'd be fine with Jirachi or Samurai being the secondary captain.
I don't even know if like Cornerstone has to go. I just know the Terra gotta go off of it. I think that's
Right.
the biggest thing.
Right. So
I
if we were to go put Ogrepon back, who else did we drop on this?
Just kill Watcher
Kilowatt.
over right.
Welcome back, buddy.
Thank goodness.
And yeah, I mean, you have enough for Rachi, you'd have enough for Samurott, and like you could still upgrade another Mon. So like,
Yeah, you could upgrade War Turtle
whoa,
or some.
whoa.
My fault, bro.
Just because like I'm not sure who, like it. I mean, you even could just do regular Raikou at that point. I really wouldn't even hate that.
Yeah, it just like since I've been building, it's been feeling like I really want another special attacker. That's really where I've been feeling.
Yeah, I can agree with, or at least like what that's like. I guess I think one that's like kind of that similar speed to is like Roy Moon, because I think that's what the main thing. Because like you do have like special attack like Sard Y and like Petra, but I feel like Sard Y is basically the equivalent of like Tusk, and then like Petra, it's like mainly a defensive. It's like kind of like Jirachi. It's like it's a defensive mod that can especially, where Jirachi's like
Also,
a physical, like a defensive mod that can physically and specially. But yeah, I think you want that fast special attacker.
that's exactly how I was feeling. Yeah.
Honestly,
So
that
I
was
think
really
there's.
bad.
I don't even mind this, and then I could fill in some other slots that maybe I'm missing in through there. So yeah, I don't even hate that.
Right. And like you could drop War Turtles, like you can get up to an 11 pointer. I feel
Yeah,
like there's a lot of options here.
options.
So we won't spend a ton more time on it, but yeah, I think
Yo,
I
Lecky.
think the door true. The door's very open for James to make like a pretty substantial move, so it's just kind of up to him whether or not he wants to. But I like where you're at overall. I mean, you're 2-2, and you've got a battle with Taylor coming up, so we'll see how that goes. But like I said, I like where you're at. I think definitely still in the driver's seat to get a playoff spot. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Just gotta get in. So, all right. Next up, we have Koinu, who I'm very interested to see. James, this is your son, and he
I
made
think this team could work like a whole rehaul. Like, and I don't mean it like in a. There are definitely options. Like I think Latias can stay. There isn't just a lot of steel types and stuff, but I think like Ogerpon, Corv, Tentacruel could all go, and you could replace it with different shit. Maybe even possibly Sandy Shocks, or move the Terra off of them and get another Terra Captain to pair.
Terra Lapras, welcome
Yeah,
home.
Terra Lapras,
True.
welcome home.
True. Vote.
I just feel like there's a ton of missed potential. I think
My
there is
thing
stuff
is-
they can do.
Yeah, I think it's like, who was it we said? I think it's like, what's it? Basically where it's like, I feel like, it was Glimpse, it was like, where it's like, I feel like, for this to be like, what, you have 0 points left over, it doesn't feel like that type of team, because like,
The defense is
outside of-
so bad.
like outside the top 3, it's like, what we get on these guys?
Well,
Like,
look, I'm not trying to suck myself off, but I just want to make a point. Like, the 7th and 8th Pokemon on Koinu's team are Corviknight and Tentacruel. The 7th and 8th Pokemon, now, you can have your feelings about Buzzwole, but I think he's better than either of those Pokemon, and Mega Blastoise. Like, I just think that, like, this team just isn't good enough to be as top-heavy as it is. Like, there's just too many points being spent here to, like,
It
not
feels like-
have that crazy of a team.
to be, I feel like he made like a weak balance team where it's like he was like afraid to like kind of like push the team into like a flawed direction where it's like it excels in offense but weak in defense, or
Which
it's
I don't
weak
get.
or
I
excels
don't
in
understand why people are so
This is-
afraid. This gen is offensive. Like,
Dude,
dude,
this is what I'm saying.
like the last 3 seasons, I've just drafted pure offense in NCL. Why? 1, because I like offense, but 2, because like that's the meta. Like the meta is like overpower your opponent. Like Terra's broken as fuck. We literally heard
Or even
Kyle
it's
on the
like-
last podcast, or 2 podcasts ago, be like, Terra's a broken mechanic. Like, you need get out of jail free cards. You need like this is the best thing going for you right now. Overpower your opponent. Push where it hurts. Like,
Right, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I'm like, Kyle's team's like a really good shit where it's like, I know, like it's flawed, of course, but it's like, look, we know where it excels. You look at this team, you're like, damn, how the fuck do I switch into Kara Black, Iron Hands, Deoxys Speed? like this team is hell to
meanwhile,
swap into.
Ogerpon and Goldengo just chilling in the back waiting for their turn.
That's what I say. They rubbing their hands. They're like, "Don't worry, gang. We got this." That's why even Shark is not ass on this team, bro.
Like, you're just
Because
you're
it's
not
like-
walling people out anymore. I just feel like there's too much offense going around. Like, it.
And even like it excels in hazards to the offense. It's like, man, that's what I'm like. Even if it's defensive course, like kind of weak, it's like it excels. This is what I'm
Right.
saying.
Like, I've got Gliscor that can take hits. I've got Gouging Fire that can like take hits while
Versatile as hell.
like, he can do everything. Iron Crown, he can do a lot. Zuru can do a lot. Like, have like all around
This is a-
players, but guys that can still like pack a punch.
Right, you have mods where it's like this is why I'm like, if you're gonna go like balance, I want you to go I want more bulky offense, if anything. That's what you have. Like you have good bulky offensive mods. Like Gouging Fire can take a hit and then win the game. Saru can take a hit, win the game. Like that's the Like that's what I'm saying. This is what like if you're a balance player. Listen, all my balance player fans, I'm right there with you. I love balance. But it's like if we're gonna go balance, you gotta go more bulky offense. Yeah, like I'm trying to see a more
Balance
mystery like
is dying.
team.
I think balance is dying. I really do. I think this gen is killing it.
That shit is dead. That shit like on like life support.
Just
That's why
on
I'm
a
like,
t-shirt.
you need bulky.
Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. You need to move the bulky offense. You know, my goat play style. That's what I'm like. I need to see a more like this type of team. That's why I'm like when I look at Koinu's team, it's just such a weak balanced team. It's like it fits his personality. Bro is so scared. He's like, man, I need a balanced team. I don't want. I gotta cover my defensive. It's like I got. What Mystery says, I gotta cover my check marks. I got like. So it's like, I feel like if Koinu wants, I think the biggest way Koinu can improve his team is if he figures out which way he wants to lead into. Like, what. Like you gotta have to stick with a flaw, my boy. But at least excel in something. Can we excel in the offense? Like,
I think Ogre Upon Hearthflame sucks without Terra. That's the takeaway I've come to is that this is the worst of the Ogre Pawns, like, considering points as well. Like he is not good enough to justify like being weak to rocks and not having item flexibility. Like he's just not good enough. So I don't like him.
Especially not this team, where it's like it's not even like Koinu has like a Chien Pao on the team. Like if there was like
also he's got good
Chien
steel
Pao's,
breakers for Mawile anyway. Like what is Ogre Pawn like? What does he open up for the team?
A better example would be like if there was a Terra Bow, right? Then you could justify the Heart Flame, because then it would be like that case where it's like Terra Bow does 8% of the damage and then Heart Flame is there to clean up. But it's like you have Darkrai there to clean up. And then you have Mawile there to do the damage. So what does Heart Flame really do? He living off that power bite statement. He setting up spikes.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan. There's so much on this team that I'm just not a fan of. Like Corv, Tentacruel. Like I like Tentacruel more than most people, and I just don't like. It's like you see three straight mons like this, and I'm just like, oh, I see the removal. I see where we had to go get removal, and I just hate it. I don't like how this team is structured at all. James, like I said, this is your son. Is there anything specifically you'd like to see added or changed on this team?
Just like I said, I think a rehaul is in order. Like, quote unquote, I think Terra off of Shocks. Take Ogre Pawn off.
Shocker.
Yeah, I just think there are a lot of like Terra options out there. I should have been peeking before, but
I mean,
let me take a gander.
Let's see what's a strong hitter out there.
Not a ton of them left, if I'm completely honest.
Fucking like Kyurem on this team or something. I don't know, man.
I mean, we just need one for real.
Let's see. Can we find anybody at all?
What's Koinu's fighting type?
Annihilate.
So, half count.
I don't know. I feel like there are options. I mean,
like low key, can our count not help? Like if it's Terra, nah.
Fuck Shocks. Fuck Hazard setting. We go Terra Ursaluna. Damn. Go Ooga Booga mode.
No.
Nah, bro. You got Mega Ball already. You don't need Ursaluna. You know what, James? I wouldn't be mad if he got Terra Luna if Mawile got replaced for Megalodion.
Yeah, that could be an option as well. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Cool
There's just not a ton of fire types out there either, which is scary. So, like, I totally understand why.
Does he still have man? Why? I'm saying like all the ghost types. I'm saying it.
I know. I was thinking Ceruledge, but like fucking Annihilate's here, so there's no point.
Right.
It's unfortunate.
I was just saying it's like kind of cooked. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. It's just about figuring out. Like, just some, like, stronger power. Like, maybe this could be, like, a fucking, like, like a fucking full court shot, bro. But maybe Terrible Canyon could cook. I don't know, bro. I'm looking at him. I'm like, he hits hard.
That is a deep three. You just pulled up from Curry range.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, bro, you got to try. You gotta start just trying shit. You know.
Right. Yeah, there's just not a ton of options left. So, I know it's tough, but I just
take Ogre Pun off, put like Volcarona on, some shit.
I honestly wouldn't hate Volk that much. That is not a bad suggestion. I mean, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but I like him more than Hearthflame on the team. But I would probably rather see Sandy Shocks go at that point.
I was gonna say you'd have to Sandy Shocks definitely go. I mean, maybe you get okay, but Mammal Swan, Terra Mammal Swan. Like I don't know.
That's interesting. Hold on.
You can take Latias off, get rid of a couple things, change it to. I don't know if that's strong enough.
Nah, I think you can keep the C Latias. We just need some harder hitters. Fucking like, hey, I mean, this team flawed, but now it's like, oh, hold up.
But I'm more scared of this than I was, like.
That's what I'm saying. We got some killers. We got. Plus now, hold on. Now you like final game annihilate for supporting something like Mammal Swan. Hold on. Hey. This ain't as.
It's flawed, like you said. It's flawed. Definitely very flawed. But like, this isn't the worst team ever.
Listen, now we're excelling in something though. It's like.
Right. If you want to keep Tentacruel on there, go for it, I guess. I don't really care. What did he have? Ursaring?
Yeah.
What are we looking at for points? Get 2 more. Get a better 4-pointer.
Okay.
Or get like Licky or Ursaring. But I'm not going to pick your low tiers for you. Like, figure it out at this point. You got.
This so you can think about.
You got 10 points for 3 mons at this point. And you're at least. And like. Even then, your defensive mons can pivot. Like, you still have that, and you can just play offensively. And like, I also think it'll be good for you to learn how to play more offensively because I think sometimes you just kind of, I talked to Quinn about this in call the other day, but just like, I think Quinn was so bad at like pushing where it hurts on people and like getting into positions and like, just going to a mod over and over and over again. Like, this fucks up their team. Like, just also keep hitting them where it hurts.
Also, a sleeper thing, you're talking about with Corviknight 10 crew pivot, but low-key, the Volcarona pivot for this team, kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't even have to be Quiver Dance every week. Just the threat of it, and then you turning into somebody, like Annihilate or whatever, it's like, is strong. So,
Volcarona pivoting into Mammoth Swan seems great, too.
Right. I'm all over this. This moves me. I feel moved by this. This makes me feel a certain type of way. Plus, I love Mammoth Swan. That's my goat.
Listen,
right, I have bad news for the audience, but I think I'll be able to stay till the end of D1, then I have to get going. But
we could make this a 2-parter pod. I wouldn't even.
True.
Yeah, you know what? How about we'll do D1 today? We can do D1 another time. So we'll
or D2 another time.
Or D2, yeah. So my bad. D2 another time.
Fuck you guys in D2.
Fuck you guys. Anyway, so that's the end of Koinu. Next up we have Kyle, who did make a transaction earlier this season.
He still has 7 moves left, 1 ticket. Yeah.
Right.
I like his team. I know I've said it from the beginning, and then he added Talonflame, and I really think that
after he made the minor changes, I was an even bigger fan.
And it's not even because Kyle's doing so well and he's a good coach. I just genuinely think this team is filled out the way it wants to be.
As I'm saying, like I used earlier, I'm like, this team is obviously flawed because, the fairy type is Terror Hands, and literally he fought 2, like, choice dragon types back to back. But, however, it's like, obviously, even though it's flawed, it's excelling, and often you will die if you misplay around this team. if you try to play passive, you get punished every quarter.
Plus, it's Kyle.
Which I think is, since he lost to Jamal, he's faced, I think, 3 more balanced teams, and they've just been he's been eating them up. Like even the 1-0 against Omar, he was in control the entire game.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like literally, you see like Tristan's team's definitely more balanced, and like we saw
Tristan
what the
got
flaws
rocked.
did.
That game was not even a 3-0. Like that was,
Like, and that's the thing with Kyle's games, right? Like he has 3-3-0s, and they were all way better than 3-0s, but he has an offensive team, so shit's just getting sacked because he's
right. I was actually talking about this with like Keegan earlier, but I'm like, honestly, there's just gonna be games where it's like, even if the score looks close, it's like, bro, there's so many games where like someone wins like 3-0 or 2-0, but they were in control of like 90% of the game.
Like, do you remember my season 9 FBL team? I had like, I think it was 8 straight weeks. I went like 7-1. No. This was the Mega Dynasty crazy offense team.
Yes.
The Pillow Swine Vaporeon?
Yes. Like, I constantly won games that season, like 2-0. I think my average victory was like 2.3. I think we averaged it out. Like, I was not winning games, like, dominantly, quote unquote, but like a lot of those games were like because I knew how to close the game. Like, I'm going to sack this to get into this, and I get a kill with this.
Yeah, exactly. You were in control. It's like
the score doesn't always do it justice, and Kyle is like one of the prime examples, especially when he's using a team like this. Like, shit's just going to die, but he's also going to kill you back. So like, it's
even look at one loss. It's like I scratched through. For that win.
You were shark food.
It was still 50-50s at the end. Like it was, yeah.
Right. So I don't think he needs to make any changes. If he wants to, maybe add a better poison, because I think this team. Right. I mean, maybe he could use Pheasantipity. I don't know if I don't think he could really make the points work. So.
I don't know who you. I think like the older. I think the only replaceable I can see is like Braviary. Maybe Ogrepod if you find something valuable for it, but honestly, it's Kyle. This is a Kyle team. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Next up is me. I'm actually, we did talk about this. I mean, like I said, I'm considering making Crown Z because I do think there's gonna be, I don't know, he will come away. He will have a colored box. All right, he will not be red. It will be blue or it will be yellow. I don't know. I need to look at some
water.
other teams.
Will be piss.
All children go down 2 paths. I don't know. I'm curious to see like what you guys think about whether or not I should leave him.
It just sucks. I wish you had a week or two to like play. And really out Iron Crown. I like this personally.
I mean, if I'm thinking about like, cause if we really want to sit down, we can look at matchups like privately and whatnot. But if I just gotta give a straight up answer, like I said, I feel like already in previous matchups, Sarun could have been fine, taking a break from Terran if it meant like, Crown's going Terra and going stupid. So I'm like, I'm not worried about Sarun struggling if it's not clicking the Terra button. I guess it's more so, I'm thinking like, is there like any, I'm like, is C gonna be cool or do we just stick with the Terra call it a day? And in my head, I feel like you just stick with the Terra because I think like an underrated part about Terra as well, like, we talk, Terra Crown is just really good, but I think like a sleeper part as well is that I feel like you can play a lot of mind games with it because like you can make Crown like a Terra type just to bait some minds, like bait some like fake 50-50s. And then,
like Shocks last season, I could just go ice and being in a ground type, and it's like they have to respect it. Exactly.
And this is like even more like scary than Shocks because it's like if they get, that's what I'm saying. If they get it like if they get that wrong with Shocks, it's like you may get a free hazards. If they get this wrong versus Crown, you may get a free combine. So that's all I'm like. I feel like you just stick with Terra, but it's like again, I feel like if you really want to look into it, you just have to look at matchup per matchup and see like, okay, how many matchups are gonna be fine if I don't tear this Sarun?
Right.
I think your team is really strong as it is, but I just love the like opportunity to just go Terra Steel, Specs, Tachyon Cutter. That just feels so good for this team, dude. Like
Like,
I just love the option. Like I know
no, that's what I'm
Yorick is
saying. This,
amazing, dude.
go ahead.
But like the thing is too with Crown is like it can already be choice specs Tachyon Cutter, and it just makes it that much more scary. Exactly what Jamal is saying, right? Of like
Right.
it just like I don't feel like the points were necessary. Like if you take the points off Crown, right? You put the Z move on, maybe you can upgrade the Piloswine spot, maybe you change out like Blastoise or something. I don't know.
See,
but it doesn't feel
my
like the
thing.
team needs it. Like I just
That's
feel
my
like
thing. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was gonna say, I think that's the main thing. It's like I feel like for you, Mister, your changes are more so how do you optimize your top 8 rather than like who do I upgrade in my bottom 3.
No, yeah, look, this is gonna be Poverty Squad down here, but it's a gritty Poverty Squad and Corsola. We have some legends down here. That's all that matters. I'm
Right.
like you said, I'm very focused on the top 8. These are the guys.
Plus, it's like, but yeah. Also, it's like, yeah, I like. Literally, there could be a game where it's like, man, do I want to lose to Terra Specs, Terra Steel Choice Specs Iron Crown, or do I want to lose to Terra Dark Choice Bandit Sarude? Man, that's fun.
Right. Yeah, I like the team. I don't think any major changes are coming. The only thing is if Bionis does end up wanting to move on from Iron Valiant, I will rehaul the team for it. Yeah. Because at some point you have to just do what you got to do. So, if he decides that he doesn't want it anymore, he is coming to my team. So,
yeah, Buzzwell, time to take a hike.
It has been so unbelievably real, bro. Like I appreciate your services, but we have a new sheriff in town. So yeah, I think that's it. Omar, we already talked about him. He just made changes. I don't know. I mean,
like I said, at this point, you're just like,
bring your fucking Pokemon.
I was gonna say, it's like
it's literally supposed to function.
It's literally just about optimizing the support for your top 3. Let's be honest, bro. Is top 3 gotta win the games? How do we support them the best? So it's like, maybe I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't fucking know, bro.
I think you just gotta play better. I think this is the team. Just gotta play better. Have to build better.
Yeah.
So, Pickles and Zai. We did talk about the transaction they recently made, but I mean, if it was me, I would get rid of this Tinkaton. I would get rid of this Lycanroc. I would get rid of this Tangrowth. I'd probably get rid of Billy Bull because I'm a giant hater, but not because it actually should go. And rebuild around the top 5.
Billy Bull should go since it doesn't have a fucking mechanic. They should go.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Why is he make him the other Terra captain? Like he should be the secondary Terra. Like fuck the Tangrowth. Make the Belly Bull Terra. But anyway,
yeah. I mean, listen, I did fully talk about it, but I alluded to it. But the biggest thing I want to see as improvement is that we replace Lycanroc with a special attacker. I'm trying to see, cause I'm listen, even though you could say the only physical mods is Loyalty and Sama, bro, that's good enough. Let's be honest, that's fine enough.
Because they're coming to every game.
Exactly. So you make a special attacker to capitalize. Cause people gotta respect type Dragon and Lele, but it's most people can just use their steel type for that, or there's usually a certain mod, one mod they can use for that. That's why I'm if you add something that's why I'm even low key the Pacific wouldn't be horrible here.
I would totally take the Pacific on this team.
That's what I'm saying. Or maybe something with pivot. That's the other thing too. It'd be, I don't know who would that be.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's the main thing. You want another special attacker or / you want another pivot mod. I know it's not available, but if something I don't know, we need hey, you know what? If Friday
True. True.
But yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Anything you'd like to add, James?
Nah, I agree.
Okay. All right. We got Robert. Ooh.
Man.
Oh my god.
Bro. Alright, hold on. We talk about people who need just use their teams better. My brother, why is high jumping 4-4?
Yeah.
And the 2 terror mods are used horrendously. Like, bro, Hajapo is crying.
He's requested a trade immediately. He's like, get me the fuck off this bitch ass team. I need to taste somewhere else. Kyle, save me. Save me, Kyle. I don't know.
He's like, Harris, please. Fuck the boat.
I need a taste. I mean, I like his team. Well, we had it rated like 1 or 2 for a reason. So, you know, I don't think you need to make changes. You just have to play better. Like, simple as that.
This is really just a skill thing, bro. Just play better with the team and you'll be fine. You should not be. I'm having deja vu, bro. You should not be 2 and 3. Man. Or at least it's like the 2 losses should have been that bad. But go ahead.
Any changes you'd like to suggest?
I mean, I help build the team. I think the team's good. I think that it just needs to be used better. I think Robert understands the way it needs to be used. I just think he needs to lock in.
Right. For lack of a better word. Lock in.
Side note, ayo, Pickles, I would love that Iron Mod.
I wouldn't complain either. Alright, we got Taylor.
Oh, no.
I think we could probably skip him. It's Taylor.
That's so funny.
Well, like, I mean, like,
right though.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, Monkey Shitty, get off the team. Like, you know.
Listen, this team is super flawed. Like, listen, let's be honest. Every Taylor team's gonna be flawed, bro. Like, this shit never gonna be optimal, no matter what he tells us. So it's like, come on, bro. It's also Taylor in the sense that bro's not making changes or suggestions that he's not listening to suggestions from us.
Yeah. James?
Get a better defensive pivot. I don't know. Ursula feels that way.
This team would love like an Uxie.
Right? Yo, Loki.
It's gone, but
No, I'm not saying it's available. I'm just saying he would love it.
Oh, Christ! Speaking of skips.
yeah, I feel so bad, but
it's
no, I
times.
agree. Like,
I'm good. I'm so good.
like we love
Listen,
times, but
just take what I said about Taylor and then just replace Taylor's name with Times.
Yeah.
get rid of Darmanitan and maybe
He's not getting rid of that.
Tristan. I think we just have to make this team like less bouncy. Like Ferrothorn needs to go.
I was gonna say this one's interesting. I'm like, yeah.
I think this team just needs to lean into what it does best, which is the King Gamic or Ninja shit. Just get rid of Ferrothorn. Me and Jamal, I think, got a whole discussion about it.
Yeah, I know we talked about it in private. My main thing is that I talked about it's just that I know he said he's like been trying, but I'm like low key. I'm trying to see Reuniclus like box like light up, bro. I'm trying to see yellow or blue. Cause I'm like, man, I feel like I've seen so many games where it's like where if Reuniclus is good into, it's gonna be 10 times better if it had like a fucking C move to just punch through something. Like,
right.
It feels like the Swampert really doesn't need Terra. It feels like Reuniclus would be an amazing secondary Terra.
that too. That's why I'm like, if he wants to keep the C mids, fine. Can we at least get Terra and Reuniclus? But I'm like, you know, if Tristan's like, you know what, I had my fun with C mids, but I'm good. Reuniclus is ready to take that. Look, he got his hands up. He's like, yo, Sound mids, pass me that rock.
Regardless, in some order, those two should be the captains. So if Ferrothorn needs to make that work, then so be it.
Yeah, Ferrothorn got to bounce, bro. Just lead into, like I said, if the team's gonna be flawed, lead into something, bro. Lead into the offense. We missing one mon.
Yeah. Like I said, I just want to see Pharaoh go and figure it out from there. So that's gonna do it, though. That is all the D1 coaches. We didn't plan to make this a 2-parter, but I believe that's going to be the case, and so hopefully we will have the next episode up very soon for D2, and we will cover all the transactions and all potential transactions for D2. So,
oh yeah, D2. I can't wait for y'all.
Well, you don't know them like that, so you can't talk about them. Anyway,
man, you right.
Just want to thank you.
No, don't kick it like that.
Make sure you follow me on Twitter.
If you're listening to this episode, make sure to click at the
No,
bottom of your comments. Ask for a free
cut
Dick koozie. Courtesy on Mystery CD. He'll be paying for all of them.
No, he will not. But yeah, follow me on Twitter at Base Mystery. Send me to YouTube Mystery CD. Same thing on Twitch, and follow James as well. Wind Razors on everything, and
Yeah, there might be a Minecraft stream coming.
there will be a Minecraft stream coming. We will be there no matter what. Mostly because I'll be in the call while you're playing. But that's gonna do it for us. I just want to thank you guys for watching, and talk to you later. Peace out.
Yeah, peace out.